My name is Robin, and I would like to thank everyone for joining my live today. On today, will be stitching out on my single needle embroidery a key purse. And the key purse, a lot of times, is used just so that when you drop, because of the vehicles today, you kind of like have a fob. And the fob is very expensive, as you know, and you don't need an actual key in some cases. And even if you don't have a fob and you have an actual key, you can safely keep your keys within this pouch. So that's what we will be stitching out today. I did put where I purchased the whole in the hoop project. I attached it in the description box just so that everyone will know. And if you would like to try this on your embroidery machine, let me know, how your project turned out. So if you are here in the live, this is a live, or if you're watching the replay, welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. So I do see that I have some guests here during the live, and I would like to, of course, welcome them in. I appreciate everyone for stopping by this evening just to see what Robin's Creations is doing. So let me start from the top. So I have, Craft Obsessed. Now, Craft Obsessed, thank you so much for stopping by. She says that she's so happy to see the project for today. And she purchased a file. But so I will definitely have my material ready at 5 p.m. to go through this step-by-step with you. Thank you so much, Craft Obsessed. Awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome. Thank you. Hello, Lady G. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. There's Craft Obsessed. Hello, D. Smith. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hello, Jennifer Hancock. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I am excited. Hello, Karen G. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yay! This is exciting. When you can craft with friends and be able to, let me see here, making sure I did not miss anyone. Yes, this is so exciting when you can craft with your with your crafty friends. Hello, Samantha Taylor. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you being here. Wow. So I do have some new comments. So what I'll do at this time, I'm going to kind of like remove myself from the solo view where you just see me, and I'm going to go to my desk and kind of like show you the project that we will be doing today. Now, I know everyone could remember, like back in the day, they used to sell a wallet and you used to have the hooks dangling down in a snap so you can place horizontally the various keys that you may need. So in this case, the little, I haven't changed the view. Let me change the view because I said I was going to do that. So let me add my desk to the solo view. Okay, the overhead. So here is our project for today. So here we have the key purse, or I should say pouch. And the pouch what I did was I attached where you would hang your keys. I have that, and I left my keys in the other room because I needed them. So the pouch, it is a zipper pouch, and you can just drop it down in your bag. And when you need your keys, of course, you just open it up. And then I also added like a little hook in the inside and the lobster clasp as well, just so that you can hook your keys on. Then I put the Robbins Creations garment tag in the inside. And then we have a complementary fabric as well. This stitch out was done with faux leather, and I was able to stitch out the back as well as the front. So look at that. It turned out really nice, I think. Yes. So this is our project for today. So for the sake of time, I did cut out the various fabrics for today's project. So the back portion of the fabric, what I did was I stitched this out prior to the live. Then we have the top piece, and then we have the coordinating fabric that will be the lining. I have the 12-inch zipper as well as my garment tag and another lobster clasp. So I'm going to take everyone over to the craft bar, and we're going to get to start, stitching out our project for today. And I'm going to change it up a little. If I remember, since last the project that I completed first, I put the hook or the key portion in the inside. This time I am going to change it to the outside. So help me remember. So I do want to change it back to me. And let me see here. I do want to, before the end of the live, just to get everyone thinking. So, hello, Eve. So let me change it back to me. And I am going to exit here and then put my stuff back here before I go to the embroidery machine. So everyone here knows that I am on my new crafting journey, and what I have been doing is my embroidery journey is new. So I love making all occasion cards and boxes. And what I do often is I make paper flowers. So the paper flowers, and I also make the foam flowers. Well, as you can see, my design, which is in my Etsy shop, to God be the glory. And this is one, but the beautiful rhinestones that I have on this design, and I will get the colors in just a minute. Now, these beautiful rhinestones was purchased from the Baby's Booty. Hello, Miss Karen G. Welcome in. Hello, Designs by Novart. Welcome in. Thank you both so much for stopping by. So these beautiful stones were purchased from Eve, from the Baby's Booty. And I wanted to let everyone know that so annually in the last few years, Eve from the Baby's Booty has been having a Blingfest. So the Blingfest is where everyone, all the rhinestoners, the blingers, do come together, and there's a big event held in Charlotte, North Carolina. And dear, I will be going to the Blingfest. So I am so happy to announce that I will be going to the Blingfest. And if you have not purchased your ticket yet, you still have time. I watched Eve on last evening, and as the reminder, she did say that we had, hello, precious pieces, welcome in. We have until the 30th of the month. So the website is, and let me type it in, and the website is www.thebabies, and I'm typing booty.store. So when you go on to, I don't really have to the baby's booty.store, then I put into the search engine, I put Blingfest, and 2025 Blingfest came up, and then you kind of follow the prompts as to, and this festivity will be held starting on the 24th of October. And you will go and fill out, and I have like the hotel as well as my Friday night dinner plate. Then there's a menu for Saturday as well. And then, so on Friday, you have a sit down elegant dinner. And this year the color is red. So, you come dressed to impress. And, if you want, you can bling out your clothing with the finest. And that is the bling from the baby's booty. And you can use the SS10 rhinestones or the SS6, however you may. But just come dressed to impress with your red on that's Friday. Then on Saturday, that's when the Bling Fest will happen, and all of the rhinestones will be available at the Bling Fest, so for purchase. So if you haven't started your rhinestone journey, this is a great opportunity to be able to, go ahead and start your rhinestone journey. When you go to the baby's booty.store, you will, and there's a buy-in, and I should have wrote down, there's another website. Eve, can you tell me the website for if you want to purchase rhinestones, like a daily rhinestones is I don't want to say it wrong. So yes, so there are two stores, so two websites. So if you want day-to-day rhinestones or anything, starter kits, anything to get you started on your rhinestone journey, there is a day-to-day. Then when you go to the baby's booty.store, then that's where you can find the Bling Fest and the buy-in. The buy-in is when you take quantities. So if you want to buy rhinestones and all the amenities, as well as your starter kits, you would go to the Hot Fix.store. Again, for the everyday bling, that is Hot Fix.store. Yes. So there are two websites. They are in the chat. And let me put, this is the day-to-day. If you can write that down, the hotfix.store. And then if you want to do a buy-in where you buy the larger quantities, then you would go to the Baby's Booty store. So you aren't able to go to the Blingfest this year, I have known the McQuacken family. I know that I have been with them. I believe this is like my third year. Their service and the stones are top notch. They're very professional. They get back to you in no time. If you have questions, anything, you just kind of put it in the chat and someone will be right with you. And the stones, the timing of the stones and when they'll get to you, whichever site you choose, all of that is listed on the website. And if you have questions, you will see here, Eve from the Baby's Booty is in the chat. So you can go over to her website. And even if you can't go to the website and you're on YouTube, go on over to her channel. She comes on Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And hey, you will learn something about the finer things, okay? So I had to let everyone know because I am so elated that I will be going to the 2025 Blingfest. So I'm excited. So yes, my pleasure, Eve, my pleasure, because it goes without saying, I will get to meet the entire McQuacken family, and they are a jewel. I mean, they are very personable, and I love them. So let's get started with today's project. And if I forget anything, I'll come back. But again, please go over to Eve at the Baby's Booty. And I was going to say something else, that if you're not able to go to Charlotte, North Carolina, and you still want to support Eve and the McQuacken family, go over to the website or over to her channel. And then there are various ways that you can support her as well for the year of 2025. So thank you. And we will get started on today's project. I saw that my craft bar camera, I'm not sure what happened, if the battery died or not, but let me go and see what's going on. I'm like, no, you didn't. Okay, so it looks like it just timed out. But if it does it again, what I'll do is just change it all together. So what we're going to do, and Miss Geneva Coleman, welcome in. Thank you so much for, yes, thank you so much for stopping by, Miss Geneva Coleman. Yes, Eve said that she's super excited and can't wait to see everyone. Thank you. My pleasure. My pleasure. And let's go ahead, and I am going to add my craft bars so that we can get started on today's project. And I'm going to lower my tripod just so that it's not doing this big cutoff. So now that I'm having all of my I'm going to go ahead. I got real excited because I've heard so much about the Blingfest, and when I purchased my ticket, I said, "Oh, I have to tell everyone." So I apologize, but we are like on hydraulics here. So I am okay. I'm going to leave that alone. And what we're going to do is go ahead and start stitching out our in the hoop key pouch. So, as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and wake her up. Hoop her. Put the presser foot down. And we're going to go ahead and hit start. And we are going to do the outline stitch. Okay. Oh, wow. I don't like that noise I heard. I'm like, what was that? Yes, Tianda. Yes, Sports 90. Yes, baby. Thank you. To God be the glory. It's the excitement and joy in you for me. I love it. Yes. Oh, my goodness. I mean, wow. I get a chance to meet Eve in person and give her a hug. Yes. Okay. So let me get my instructions while I'm having a hot flash. So after the outline stitch, so my camera is going to act up and I'm not sure why, but let me, I apologize for all the movement, but I do have to move it off of this tripod because something is going on. Maybe I charged it a little too much, possibly. And it's a gimbal, so I apologize. So it's a gimbal, and for some reason it keeps turning off. So not sure why the gimbal is acting up, but I have a manual. Kind of, I forgot what it's called, but yes, I have the manual piece here. So I'm going over and let me go and get my tray with all of the items for today's project. And as you can see right here, I have all of the scissors and cutters that I'll need. So I'll go ahead, looking at my instructions, and I'll go ahead and put the zipper down. And I only have 12-inch zippers in my arsenal. So that's all I have. Maybe I should buy smaller zippers just so that I am not being wasteful. But I'm new to embroidery, and when I purchased the zippers from off of Amazing, I don't know. That's what came up. So that's what I purchased, and it was a number of colors. So I apologize if I missed anyone. So let's go ahead and let me unhoop her just a little bit, just so that I can see where the zipper. So the outline stitch that stitched out, you have to line your zipper up on this middle line. That is what I'm doing. And you have to make sure that it is precisely right, because you don't want your zipper to not be in the right spot and your needle go over the zipper. So I do have a lot of anxiety around that. So I'll go ahead, hoop her back. And let me see here. And then we can go ahead, put the press foot down and start stitching. And I have my wooden ruler just in case. A little malfunction. I don't want to put my fingers in the way. And some, people, they have the spatulas, which is cool too. So I had this. So I like this. So that's what I had. Hello, Miss Berlinda. Picture Me Crafting. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, so now that we have the zipper tack down, we are going to next put down the batting. So the batting, the polyester batting will go down next. So we're going to make sure that the polyester batting is around the outline stitching of this project. So we will go ahead and before today's live, what I did, well, before the live, the 5 o'clock, I sprayed it with the basting spray. So it's tacky. And I'll go ahead and it's asking me, okay, okay, so I'll press the foot down and then I'll go ahead and yes. And then it's stitching out the outline stitch, the left and the right of the zipper, because this will be the, you know, what is this? Me facing it is my right and my left. So that's what it's doing. It's letting me know here is where you'll put your fabric after cutting out the zipper. Okay. So it's going ahead. And then afterwards, I would go ahead and cut the zipper out. So first things first, after it's finished, it did the left and the right. And now I'll go ahead, remove the hoop and cut around. Let me see here. Yes. So I'll go ahead and cut around these rectangle shapes. So that is the next step. So you want to cut as close as possible. You don't want to cut your stitches, but you do want to cut as close as possible. So you go ahead and cut as close as you can to the stitches and not cut the stitches. So that is what we're doing now. And I have my single bend needle. I made my single bend scissors. So we're going to go ahead with the single bend and I go all the way across and cut the extra batting off. And it does have like a little tacky feel because I did spray it with the basting spray prior to the live. And I did that so that everything will stay in place. So now I will go ahead and cut the other side, and then next we're going to cut out the zipper. So yes. So does anyone have any questions at this time? And Craft Obsessed, are you still planning to work on the project along with me? Do you have any questions? I did find that this isn't the only project, and because it is with the and I don't know but the instructions as I read them aren't as clear. Now I have to read and reread and stitch out prior to the live when it comes to this Etsy shop, and I believe that they're there, but you have to have purchased a number of their products to kind of get a feel of what they're saying, because some things may not be all the way clear. They explained it as best they could, and I totally understand. But you know, I love each design that I stitched out, but the instructions You gotta kind of, I don't know, craft obsessed. You're gonna have to let me know how you understand it. And if you have any questions, please let us know in the chat. So we have the left and the right stitched out. And we're going, okay, so we cut around the, we cut the batting, the extra batting. Then we'll put her back on the hoop after I put the main fabric face up. So I'll put the main fabric here, and you want to make sure that you have enough space. Here's the piece, and you want to make sure you have enough space left, right, top, and bottom that you're putting this on. So you'll go ahead and put it right here in that zipper, on top of the zipper. And then I will be, hello, Karen Knighton. Welcome in. Be safe. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you listening in. Be safe. You're driving right now. So, and I love to drive and listen. I mean, yes, I enjoy it. So I do the same thing from time to time. So let me see here. Okay, so now that I have the top fabric on, we're going to go ahead, rehoop her, and then I will lower my presser foot, and then we will hit start. And I'm going to get my spatula in place. And I try to put the tape where it won't go over top of the tape. And you see now the nice design is being stitched out. I love this design. I absolutely love it. So let me bring you in just a little closer. Can you see that design? Look at that. Oh, yes. I love it. Yes, that looks really nice. Oh, okay. So you decided to wait. Okay. Let me see. Hello, Jennifer Reese. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. And Craft Obsessed said that decided to wait and do using replay. Okay. I'm behind because I didn't have back stitch. Okay. Okay. Hello, Making with Marilyn. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you being here. And so this design, it is in the description box. It is a key pouch. So I am stitching it out on my Janome 550E, and this is a single needle embroidery machine. I am new to embroidery and loving every stitch. So I'm enjoying it, and there's so many designs out there, and I have added names and created designs myself. So I'm excited about this journey. And I appreciate my crafty family that assists me in every way whenever I have questions, and just being here during the live. It really helps my crafty family. They help me out a great deal, and I appreciate each and every one of you. So now that we have stitched out the design on the main fabric. Now we are to turn the hoop over. So let's lift up the hoop, unhoop her, and we will go. And now let me, yeah, I want to turn the, okay, so do hear a little buzzing. That's that gimbal. I don't know what the what's wrong with the gimbal today. Okay, so we gotta turn her over, and then on the back side is where we're going to put our lining, and we're going to put the first piece of lining, and we're going to put that face up. So first piece of lining, face up. And it says to, put some adhesive tape and make sure that nothing is obstructing the actual, embroidery machine so that things won't get kind of hooked in there and mess you up. Because I do have a bit of anxiety around these stitch outs and wanting, because you're live, and everything goes haywire. But with what I've done was I went ahead and I put the lining up. So now we're going to turn her back over, and she's going to do a bit of stitching for this portion. Okay, so now we can turn her back over, and we are, halfway there. We are halfway done this project. It is not a long project. That's another thing that I like about this one. Okay, so she's rehooped. So I'll put the presser foot down, and I will go ahead and hit start. So it's going to do kind of tacking down the lining. So that's what it's doing now. It's getting the lining attached. So yes, and let me make sure I didn't miss anyone. And for everyone that is here, or maybe just came in, this is our we're doing. We are making the key pouch, and we're going to, when I open this one, the little key hook is in the inside, and this time I'm going to try and put it on the outside. And I also put my garment label in a coordinating fabric as the lining. So this is our project for this evening, but I am going to try and put the, like I said, the hoop on the outside, if I can get it right. So, and this this pouch is good so that when you drop everything down in your purse or your bag, that you won't lose sight of your keys. You know how when you have all those bags like we do, the first thing you're like, where are my keys? So yes, and we are almost done with stitching out. And let me see here. Awesome. So now that we have okay, so okay, so now we're going to go ahead and unhoop her again and cut the excess fabric around the front and the back of this design. So we'll go ahead and cut the zipper out. That's what we're doing. We're cutting the zipper out. So when you cut the zipper out, you want to go close to the stitches, but try not to cut the stitches, but go as close as you can to reduce the bulk. You want to reduce the bulk of this fabric when it does the satin stitch. So Let me get under here and kind of cut as close as I can. And we're cutting out the zipper. And it feels okay. And I'm, you know, cutting the fabric and trying, you know, I'm trying to get close to the stitches and not cut the stitches. I know I'm repeating, however, you know, for me, the repetition of repeating something, it helps when I keep repeating it. Not saying that, you know, mistakes don't happen, because they do. Because last night I had to use my handy dandy seam ripper. And let me tell you, she came in handy. So we'll go ahead on the back and we'll do the same thing. And I'll go ahead and cut any of the loose stitches, and I can remove some of my tape and go ahead, and I'll be cutting the lining fabric as well as I have on here cutaway stabilizer. So I'll go in a second time and cut away the stabilizer. And what we're doing, we're opening everything up so that the zipper can be exposed. Oh, nice. Picture me crafting. Awesome. You purchased this. Oh, nice. That is nice. I am so excited that you decide to purchase this design. Let me know, you know, reach out to me if you need any assistance. I'll be more than glad to assist you. This is my second time with this stitch out, because it's the instructions to me. Nothing wrong with it, but it's probably, you know, I don't know, a language barrier or something, but you got to read it and reread it. So, which was fine. It was fine. The end result, wow. I enjoyed each one, and I've purchased a number of the designs from this Etsy shop because they are so unique, and I really do like them. But it was just, you know, now I got the hang of it. And like I said last night, I didn't understand something, and I thought I was going the right way, and then I was like, oh no, it wasn't time for that yet, and had to use my handy dandy seam ripper. So the seam ripper comes in handy. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out just this little teeny piece here. And let me see. Awesome. 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 So I have as you can see, the zipper is exposed now on both. Let me cut it away a little at the bottom, a little past the stitches, just so that this cutaway stabilizer is removed a bit. So yes, awesome, awesome. So now that I have it cut away on the front and the back, then I'll have the opportunity now to go and rehoop her, and then she will go and do the satin stitch. And let me see here, she's hooped. Press the foot down, and I'll go ahead. And it's going to do some stitching by the zipper. And then it'll start the satin stitches. Yes. So oh, okay, Craft Obsessed. Yes. It was just the instructions I had to read it and reread it. And then when I got to stitching it out, I said, you know what? And then I went a little too fast. So it just takes a little reading and rereading. And then you're like, oh, okay, now I see what they were trying to say. So I love the design. They did a, I'm just thinking that their, you know, it didn't come over the way it was written. Hello, Danny Craft USA. Welcome in. Yes, thank you. Thanks, everyone. And for anyone who wasn't here at the beginning of the live, I do want to let everyone know that I was able to purchase my ticket to the Blingfest for 2025. So that will start on October the 24th. So I am excited to meet all of my crafty friends and, of course, the McQuacken family. So I'm excited. And, you know, if you haven't had a chance to go over to Eve at the Baby's Booty, please go over to her YouTube channel. And it is the Baby's Booty. Her name is Eve, and she comes on Sundays at 9 p.m. And if you wish to purchase a ticket, the tickets will be on sale until the 30th of September. Go over to the babysbooty.store and you can purchase your Blingfest ticket for 2025. And that's where you can put it in the search engine. Just put in Blingfest and all the information will pop up. And you just fill out the prompts and I'll see you there. I'm excited. I am so excited. I am so excited about being at the Blingfest for 2025. Yes, Marilyn. I get to meet everyone. I'm so excited. Yay! Miss Belinda too. I will be there. Yes. To God be the glory. I am so excited. I'll give you a chance to meet all my crafty friends. Yes. So that's exciting. So it's doing it. It actually finished one side of the satin stitch here on the purse. So that is pretty cool. So we are coming towards the end. It doesn't take that long. It does not. So the back of it, when you purchase it and it has a number 1 in front, that's what it's telling you. So you'll see a 1 in front of some, and then the others it has a 2. So what I found last evening, that the 1 means this portion, and this portion is the back of the pouch. Then 2 is this portion. So that will help you a great deal because none of that was explained in the instructions. That was the number 1 thing. I was like, the meat. Yes, I was like, that's a very important part. The onesies and the twosies. So, but I figured it out. Yay! Yeah, I'm so excited. Yes, so that was a big part of my misunderstanding. The 1 and the 2, once you get and pick the size that you're going to stitch out, and underneath your appropriate extension, I have a Janome, so my extension is JEF. So with the JEF file, the 1 dash the size is the front. I'm sorry. This is the 1 and this is the 2. So I'm like, oh my goodness, it was not on there at all. But yes, that's all right. If you have any other questions, please reach out. I don't mind not at all. Yes. Okay. So now that it has finished the satin stitching, then we are going to go ahead and at this time place the back portion on top. So we're going to lift the presser foot, and we will also, I believe this is the time for me to add this tag. Where do I add it? So when I open it, and okay, so when do I move this zipper? Okay. Okay, so I have to move this zipper in the inside because it's about to go across the zipper next. So let me open my zipper. So I'll put that in the middle. And then here I have just a little strap of the faux leather. And I will go ahead and put this, so if it goes up here, I think that's possibly where I want my hoop. And with this hoop, you can put your, what is it called? The purse charm on there. There is a charm stitch out. I did not stitch it out because I've been making my very own purse charms. So I'm excited about it. So here I put the loop on the front. So that'll stitch. So we're coming towards the end. So thanks everyone. I appreciate you being here. So let me see. Put the back of the main fabric down. Okay. So now we're on number 7. So okay. So let me go ahead and put the back fabric face down. And you just want to even it up because I already cut everything out. So we'll go ahead, lay that down. And of course, you know, Robin, she got obsessed with the tape. So we're going to go ahead and, okay. So now that I'll put the presser foot down, the zipper is open. Now we can go ahead and stitch the back portion on. It's going across the zipper. You see how it just went across the zipper? Awesome. It just went across the hoop. Now it's going across the zipper again and finishing up. So that's pretty cool. Awesome sauce. Yay! So now what we're going to do is turn it over. And this is where I'll put my garment tag. And then we'll put the lining, the last piece of lining, face up. So we'll unhoop her. And I believe this is next to the last time that we will be unhooping her. And I will, of course, put my garment tag. And this time when it unzips, and I'm talking out loud to myself. So, well, to my crafty friends, because it's not to myself. And I'll go ahead, put my name tag on. And then I take that down because I want, when I put the other piece of the lining on, I want it to stitch right on top. So then the last piece will be the last, and okay, so it says fix it with adhesive tape. And I'll go ahead and put the last piece down and then turn it back over. and we will be done. It will flip it inside out. Okay, so here we're going to tack it down, and let me see. Remove this extra piece of tape out of the way. And this tape is basically painter's tape, and it pretty much it tears really easy. And then let me make sure I didn't miss anything in the chat. Did anyone have any other questions or anything like that? So now, okay. So a piece of my tape got stuck, so I gotta go and see what's going on. Oh, okay. So what I have to fix it because I don't want the lining to be crumpled or have a crease in it. So crumpled. Who says that? So okay. So yes. The lining is on. My garment tag is on. So now we can go ahead, put the presser foot in, and this is the last hoorah. So going back over the zipper and the garment tag as well. And then it'll leave an opening for me to flip the design inside out. And you see how it did that? And it did a back stitch. And look, we are done. Woohoo! Yes, we are done. Yeah. So I will change the view of my camera so that you can watch me flip her inside out. So, and then we can see, how everything turned out. So let me kind of put my tools back, my tape back, and we are going to go. Yes. Okay. So we're going to go back over to my desk, and I'll take everything back over, and we will. So I'm going to go ahead and remove myself from the solo view and then bring my desk back up. So here we want the desk, and now I'm going to bring my iPad back over. And I wanted, maybe I should add this, but someone in a previous chat had asked me, here's my iPad, and this is my iPad cover. And in one of the lives, he noticed that I had this, and it's pretty old. And I, of course, got this from off of Amazing. So then my iPad will look like a book. So yes, and I can, add it to the chat, but that is a question that someone, and one day what I'm going to do is kind of like after, what I do is after the live, if I don't get to it that very day, I try to get to it the next day and read all the chat, just so that I can, get the questions. So let's unhoop her. Take off some of this tape. Yes. So that is okay. And we are almost done here. And we have, I'll take off the tape just so that if I'm not cutting it away, let me see here. There, just get most of it off right now. So the all of the purses that I purchased from this Etsy shop, what I am going to do, I am in a craft show this fall on November the 8th. And it's at a television station, is my public television station here in Maryland. And what I'm going to do is start stitching out multiples of a lot of the things that I've done as far as embroidery, so that I can put those items on my table for sale. So, and I'm, prayerful that, someone will purchase them and enjoy the items that I've stitched out. Is they'll love them as much as I, did stitching them out. So here you'll go across the actual zipper, cut that away. And then I'll go ahead and, you can get close to the stitches, but don't cut the stitches. And go on across the zipper again on the opposite side. And then I'll move all this trash out of the way. And did anyone else have any questions? Or let me see. And let me go here and cut out this last piece. Okay. And here is where the opening is. And then I'll blunt cut the various corners. So you just go ahead and cut the corners, and that will allow, when you flip it inside out, to not have all that bulk. Because with the faux leather and the batting, it's pretty thick. So here we go. And let me see here. So we have everything that we need. Yes. So awesome. So here is where the opening. So I put the tag on the wrong side. So I need to do something about that. Robin, not paying attention. So you see what I'm talking about? I didn't put the tag should have been on the opposite side. So I can stitch that by flipping it back and hand stitch it before I close it up with the heat and bond tape. And it's not heat and bond tape. It's just, I got to get the name in front of me, because it's the double-sided tape that you use heat to close up your embroidery project. I'm not sure what the name is right now. So we'll flip it once, and it's tacked down just a little bit, but I should have put it on the opposite side. But before I put this on the table to be sold, I will fix it. So we have one. Let me flip this side out. Okay. So that's looking good. Let me flip this side. And I will flip it again after the live and hand stitch it, just so that nothing's coming apart if someone purchases this pouch for their keys. So then you got to kind of finagle the zipper, and it's backwards. So you just kind of flip it, and then you flipping it twice. So then the second flip, and you'll be right here, and you just flip it on through. And you can use a dowel, a wooden dowel, to get the corners. Or it may be just as easy as putting your fingers in there and kind of pushing it through yourself with your hands, or a wooden dowel. And just be, careful when using the dowels or anything. Don't give it Don't, push too hard, because you don't want to poke a hole through. But this faux leather is supple enough that, I am able to, okay, I'm able to flip it all on its own with my hands. So here we have another bag, another key pouch. So this key pouch, we have the ring on the outside. I can see some pink tape here, and I will pull it off after the live. So here we have it with the tag on the outside. Then the one that I did prior to the live have the key ring on the inside. So you can put your keys on the inside, or you can have your keys here on the outside. I also found that if you wanted to use this pouch in a number of ways, I found that my glasses, when this pouch has multiple uses, and just to keep your glasses from getting scratched up, you could even put your glasses in there. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. I thought, look at that design. I absolutely love it. So this pouch has many different advantages where you can use it in multiple ways. Although it says that it's a key pouch, I put my glasses in there and I said, hey. So, yes. So it's really functional. And then you can put your keys here. And how about if you go on your walks, you could put your driver's license, credit card, your glasses, your sunglasses, and put them in there and go on your walk with your keys. So here is our project for today. I absolutely love it. It turned out so nice. And look at the back. Let me let you see that again. That turned out really nice. I'm excited. These projects are really neat. This one didn't take much time. And if you are going to stitch them out, let me know how you like it. I love it. And I appreciate everyone again being here. Yes, the top stitching gives it a very designer look. Yes, it does, Danny. Yes, it does. Oh, wow. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you, Craft Obsessed. Oh, to God be the glory. Thank you, Eric Sports 90. Thank you, Jennifer Reese. And thank you, Designs by Novart. I really appreciate everyone. So let me go ahead and change the view. And what I am going to do here is remove myself from the solo view, my desk, and add my face back. Yes. So again, I would like to thank everyone for joining today's live as we did another In the Hoop project of the key purse. And this key purse, I'm pretty sure was designed, and the way we're going to use it, if you have your keys, drop them down in the bag, they won't get lost. And we found out that this size purse pouch can also be used for your glasses so that they won't get scratched up in your purse as well. So it has multiple uses, and you can put the little hook. You can have no hook, or you can put the hook inside or out. So again, I thank everyone for stopping by. Yes, thank you so much, Sean. Go Savvy Designs. Yes, if you haven't had a chance to hit the like of the thumbs up, please do so before you leave. I would greatly appreciate it. Hello, Creative Notions, Beverly Marie. And hello, Sean. Go Savvy Design. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. And let me take a quick glance because I had forgot or didn't see, and I know that it happens. I didn't see some of my crafty family come in last week, and when I got off the live, I was like, man, oh man. So I'm just taking a quick glance because and the reason why my face is turned is because my computer is over to my right, off to the side, but I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget anyone. Yes. And then if if I did miss you or miss a question, please forgive me. It's kind of like when you're live and you're trying to do the projects and make sure that you don't mess up the machine. It for me, I have a bit of anxiety around it, but my crafty friends assure me everyone's handling the chat and helping me out, and I greatly appreciate it. And again, I want to ask everyone, well, let everyone know that I will be going to the 2025 Blingfest, and that is on October the 24th and 25th. And I purchased my ticket, and I will be attending this year's Blingfest. And if you are going to go, the ticket sales will stop on the 30th of September. You can go to the babiesbooty.store to purchase your Blingfest ticket, and you'll just put in the search engine Blingfest. Then you are able to go to the website, click all the prompts, and purchase your ticket. Whether you want to be there Friday night or Saturday, you make all the decisions right there at www.thebabiesbooty.store. And even if you aren't able to go, if you want to support the Eve at the Baby's Booty in any other manner, please stop by her channel. And it is the Baby's Booty. And she's on every Sunday night at 9 p.m. So again, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate everyone taking the time out this evening. And until next time, I want to ask everyone to bloom where you are planted. Bye. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much.